Hello, how are you? I can't believe it. It's Wednesday, November the 1st. I can't believe it's November already. Time flies. I'll just wait for some people to log in here, and then we'll chat about mediumship. Hi, Shannon. How are you doing? Welcome. How are you? Nice to see you. Hi, Caitlin. How are you? Hi, Susie. Hi, Susie. How are you? Amy. Cheyenne. I'm not sure I'm pronouncing that right. Hi, Diane. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, I'm doing well. So I'm not adjusting well to this change in temperature. Oh my goodness. It was like -2 yesterday. Hi, Siobhan. We knew winter was coming, didn't we? For sure. Oops, I'm just going to try and answer that. Someone just asked me something. Let me just see where that message came from. Sorry about that. Doing multitasking here. Okay, there we go. Marissa, hi. What a lovely name. Well, welcome everybody. Does any questions about mediumship? I'd be happy to answer. I don't know if you noticed on my Facebook page, I did post a photograph that I took. Oh boy, must have been about 3 years ago at Niagara-on-the-Lake. My husband and I were going for a walk, and we stopped at this one house, which is known to kind of be haunted. It was the middle of the afternoon, and I took a picture, and then later that evening, I was kind of scrolling through. I'm like, oh my God, look at this photo. I think there's something in the window. So I don't know if you checked out that photo. Some people said they didn't see anything. Other people said they definitely saw something. I felt that something was there. I felt like someone was watching me, and that's why I took a picture of the house. I'm hoping my husband, Niagara-on-the-Lake isn't far from where I live, about an hour and a half drive. I love going there. It's one of the most haunted places in Canada. The Battle of Queenston Heights was there, so there was a lot of soldiers that passed away in that area, so a lot of residual energy and homes and on the land there. So I would kind of like to go back and check things out again. Sometimes I get a little nervous. My husband and I will walk around at night, and I definitely feel things for sure. It was a really cool photo. I don't know if you got a chance to have a look at that. Yeah, it did look pretty crazy. Susie had a lot of signs yesterday. Don't know if Halloween. Ah, yes. Yeah, for sure. I've had some odd things too. Like I woke up I remember the time, I looked at the clock, 3:12 a.m. I woke up, and how did I wake up? Because somebody was calling my name. I was like, I heard it clear as a bell, and I'm looking around. Husband's snoring. My dog can't say my name. My son's asleep. I'm like, oh. So even when you're a medium and you're used to communicating with spirit, I mean, when you're woken up from a deep sleep, it kind of makes you a little nervous. So I just thought the very best, and I thought, oh, it's Dad checking in on me. But I have to admit, Halloween night, last night, was it last night? Yes, last night was Halloween. I went out to take my dog to go to the washroom, and we have like a solarium in our new house. So as he was going to the bathroom, I was just looking through the solarium. I'm like, I think I see someone standing there. But I don't want to, kind of jinx myself, get myself all high strung. But I felt like something was happening yesterday for sure. I heard voices. I'm waking up in the middle of the night. I thought I saw something. Then I saw something like skitter across our lawn really fast, like this dark shadow. Could have just been a squirrel. Who knows? But Something's up, that's for sure. Yeah, I do feel the veil's been a little thinner lately, for sure. Savant, it's 3 a.m. I know spirit time after my husband passed. I woke up at 3 every morning for my, yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Like when my dad passed too, I would wake up the same time every morning, yeah. Absolutely. And it's interesting, isn't it? You think, spirit can come through any time, but why don't they want to come through like at noon when I'm having my sandwich? But we know, right? We're asleep. We're in a more relaxed state, are unconscious. So it's easier for them to kind of come through and connect with us, and that we can feel their presence or their energy. And usually we'll wake up. We might even have a glimpse of them in our mind's eye. We maybe even see them. I've had experiences where I've seen like my grandfather standing at the edge of the bed, kind of like see-through, not fully solid, but I knew he was standing there. So it's just a little easier, I guess, at 3 a.m. Not very convenient for us, though. That's for sure. We're talking about all spooky kind of stuff, but any questions about mediumship? Any questions about mediumship at all? I'm trying to think of some things that I've been up to lately. Hi, Dawn. How are you? Nice to see you. Any questions about mediumship at all? If you remember, I did talk about, I got a little nervous moving to a new home. Would I have trouble connecting with spirit, etc.? No problems whatsoever. If anything, I feel like I'm opened up even more. I feel very connected to the land here and the trees and nature. And there's just a feeling of expansiveness here. I can't quite explain it. And I would be surprised if there's some loved ones in spirit kind of connected to the land or this area, and they're just checking in on me and saying hi, and I just happen to be picking up on that. That wouldn't surprise me at all, and that's why I'm waking up and have had some trouble sleeping over the last little while. Diane just asking if anyone can develop the skills. I believe so. Everyone is psychic. Absolutely. So a medium is a psychic as well as a medium, but a psychic just is psychic, right? Is not necessarily a medium. So you would begin with developing your psychic abilities, because that's how spirit communicates to us through our clairs. So for me, clairvoyance, I see, I hear, clairaudience, clairsentience, right? Clear knowing, clear feeling, etc. So first step really would be fine-tuning and understanding your clairs and how they work for you. Then the next step would be learning mediumship, raising your frequency, that whole surrender, that trust, that faith. And boy, that takes months, if not years, to get down pat. And then you can start to connect with the other side, which is quite awesome. And there's all different kinds of things you can do. I mean, you could be a tarot card reader, you could read tea leaves, you could be an animal communicator, you can be a medium, you can be an energy healer, you can be a hands-on healer. There's so many different directions you can go. So I always say, follow your passion, go with what resonates with you, and explore, because you'll never know unless you explore. My friend thinks that her sister is stuck here in her house. What should I tell her to ease her worry? Okay. You know what? I'm just going to answer from my gut and what I would do. So I can give you an example. So for example, my dad passed away 2 years before my mom, lived in the same house, of course. So when my mom was getting really ill, I would sleep over weekends at my mom's house. And, my mom would be in bed sleeping, and I would sleep on the couch. And I tell you, it would get a little spooky because I would think about my dad. I'd hear funny noises and stuff. And just in my in my mind, I would just, sit in the silence. I would just say, hi, Dad, I love you. I know you're happy and healthy on the other side. You don't have to worry about Mom. We're taking really good care of her. So please, I release, you're released to go to the other side. Don't worry about anything. If there's any kind of message or anything that you'd like to give me a sign and I'll follow through on that. So basically it was just kind of saying to my dad that it's okay to leave, that everything's taken care of on this side. I mean, you could even do a ritual like lighting a candle. You could journal a letter to your sister. Often, I find, or what I've experienced, I really haven't had spirit connected or like trapped in a home. You may be getting lots of signs from them in the house and you're thinking, oh my goodness, they're trapped, but maybe you're not acknowledging the signs. So you can say, I'll say, hi, Dad, how are you doing? Don't worry. I know you set off that fire alarm. Trust me, I'm up now. I'm on my way to go see Mom. I'm going to make sure everything's okay. So you're just letting Spirit know that you received the message, which they'll be very pleased. They'll go, okay, I can relax. I don't have to keep coming through giving these different signs and trying to get their attention. So a lot of times it's just about getting attention. I hope that kind of answered the question. There may be a message that she may want to give her. Sometimes it can be, the fear and the grief of the loved ones still here, kind of holding them down. You really got to let them go. You're not losing them, right? They're just moved from a physical form to a spiritual form, right? You want them to be happy and healthy and to do their, continued growth and their learning. They're always there with you. So it's all about your mindset. Kelly, sometimes I think I'm thinking, but then I kind of realize it's more of a dialogue in my thoughts. Then I think of something. Let me just see more. Then I think of something funny that someone I love who has crossed would have said to me to cheer myself up. Is that them? It's kind of confusing. Yeah. Exactly. So what I try to do, I try not to get into my thoughts too much. So for example, let me think of it as that. A lot of times what would happen to me is I'd be walking my dog down the street and all of a sudden one of my dad's favorite songs would be in my head. And I just go, hi, Dad, how are you? Have a great day. Thinking of you too. Love you. And then I just keep going. So I don't even question it. I just respond. I acknowledge it and I respond and I say, thank you. I love you too. And that's exactly what it's like. And it's trying not to question yourself. It's when you get into your headspace, it's like, oh, I don't know, and you're questioning. I mean, does it really make a difference? Say you are imagining it. What's going to happen if you say, hi, love you, have a good day? That's okay. Why not? That's kind of helping to build your trust, surrendering, letting go. And if, say, that wasn't your loved one in spirit, it was just your imagination, when they do come through, then you'll be ready. You'll be prepared, right? And they'll be so pleased, like, yeah, she's got it. This is awesome. So I would definitely go for it, for sure. Go for it. And remember also, when your loved one in spirit goes to the other side, they're learning to communicate too. So for us here on the earth plane, we're lifting our vibration. On the spiritual plane, they've got to actually lower their vibration, and it's hard, just as hard for them to communicate with us as it is for us to receive the communication, if that makes sense. So it is work for them. And if your loved one in spirit was rather quiet, their signs may be something, maybe they're signed as a bird or a song on the radio, or I don't know, seeing their name repeatedly. If your loved one in spirit love to chat, maybe you're going to hear their voice, right? So it all depends too on personality and how they come through. And I'm going to say too, it also depends on your clairs. What are your strongest clairs? Sometimes if you feel you're getting a sign and you're not quite sure, you can say, oh, Dad, I think that you're trying to come through and give me a sign. Could you please bring it through in a way that I will know without a doubt that it's you? And then just see what happens. Then release it and see what happens. Sorry. Kelly, Eckhart Tolle books helps me to stay out of my thoughts too much. Yes, absolutely. Be in the moment. Be in the moment. Know what I say? I say get out of your head and get into your heart. Get out of your head, get into your heart. And I've mentioned numerous times I'm a Gemini, and Gemini is our air sign, and oh boy, we're in our head all the time. So for me, and doing mediumship, it's been, you know, I've had my own trials and tribulations because it's really getting out of my head. Surrender, give what you get, believe, faith. It's all those things that you've got to kind of work through as you develop your mediumship. And again, you know, thoughts are important. And again, I'm just going to do a little bit more about thoughts here. Thoughts are important. And when you have thoughts, you know, empower yourself with your thoughts, right? Do positive affirmations. See things in a positive light. Say to look in the mirror as you brush your teeth and say, you know, I love you, Wendy. You're awesome. Like, say nice things. Use your thoughts to empower yourself and to empower others, right? Just, I'm working on an address because I'm going to be speaking at a spiritual church on Sunday. It's funny because my address is all about that. Spirits inspired me to talk about the expression of divine spirit, how we express divine spirit. So thought is one way. Thought, words, actions, all those things. So important. Caitlin, I constantly finish people's sentences without meaning to the point where it's even annoying to me. So I have to consciously keep myself from doing it. But if I don't try not to, it's like the words are just flowing into my head and out my mouth before I know what's happening. Is this possibly a sign of clairvoyance? Okay. Oh, claircognizance. Absolutely. It's almost like you're tuning into their energy and you kind of know what's coming next. Absolutely. But with that too, I'm just going to talk a little bit about boundaries, right? About having boundaries. And of course, you want to keep your friends. You don't want to be that annoying person. And I tend to have little traits like that, being a retired teacher. You know, how we always want to direct. So, oh no, do it this way, do it that way. I'm like, So I try and not become a teacher if possible. Absolutely. So I bet you would be really good. So that's a psychic ability that you're showing, tuning into what someone's going to say. So that's awesome. So that would be really good at, so for example, giving a psychic reading, tuning into that person's aura and being able to tell them things about themselves. And then the next step, so you would work on that, develop that. Then the next step would be, right, raising your frequency, getting familiar with the spirit world. And now you're going to be connected with a spirit communicator, which is a little different. And then all those things come in, right? About learning how to surrender and trust and faith and learning the mechanics, all those things. Yeah, but that's a great first step, I believe. I think that's great, Caitlin. Hi, Jackie. Jane, do you see spirit when you are out and about? Sometimes I've seen spirit. I'm going for a walk and I'm like, there's somebody sitting in that car. But there's nobody sitting in the car, but I sense a presence sitting in the car. And then I'll just look at the house and I'll go, okay. And then I just keep walking. So I'll just feel something, you know, or I'll feel like, oh, like that person has someone around them. Like I feel that like they've lost someone or their father is around them. I definitely feel it when I go to like hotels and things like that. It might not necessarily be spirit. It just might be the energy that people have left behind that stayed in the room before, but I definitely feel that. And it takes me a while to settle into new environments because I'm picking up on all these energy. But I definitely do feel that sometimes for sure. And again, in my boundaries, right? I have boundaries. When I am not working, I'm not working. Spirit should not be coming through, but it's almost like at the corner of my eye, I just see something and I'm like, okay. And then I don't go any further. I just, yeah, acknowledge, keep going, right? I'm not working. I don't want to start spirit coming to drop in during my day or when I'm sleeping. I need my rest. I got to protect my energy. You know, all batteries eventually die out, right? I don't want to burn out. So I'm very protective of my energy and how I use it. And you always learn that by mistakes, right? You have some burnout or you just have spirit coming from every direction and you're like, what's going on? Dawn, should I sleep with my new oracle cards? I've never heard of that. That's interesting, Dawn. She's asking, should she sleep with her new oracle cards under her pillow? Wow. I don't really think you have to. It may be uncomfortable. I would definitely do like a prayer protection. Usually oracle cards come with a little book. I would look at what the creator suggested. I would do kind of like a little prayer, a protection. I would touch every card just to put your energy on the card. I would put my intention that these cards are going to be used to give readings of healing for the highest good of all involved. I would keep the cards in like a nice location. You might want to even wrap them in a nice fabric or put them in a little pouch. A lot of times what I'll do, I just happen to put my cards away. I might put, very often I'll do this, I'll put one of my angel crystals on top to clear and cleanse the cards before I do a reading, because you don't want the cards to be contaminated from a prior reading with a new reading you're doing for somebody. A lot of people do suggest that the cards you use for you should be different from the cards you use with others. But I say, hey, if you want to give it a try, give it a try, and then let me know what happens. I'm fascinated to know what happened. I wonder if you have interesting dreams. I'm just thinking about that, all the energy on those cards and all those messages. I wonder if you'll be able to sleep. That would be interesting to see. I know what would be really cool. I would actually think, almost like to do a reading for yourself and pull a card and then put that card under your pillow and ask for more details or more information about that message as you sleep. That would be really cool. Oh, Sammy does. Sammy says, I sleep on mine when I get a new tarot deck. Wow, I've never heard of that. Awesome. My wife introduced me to the spirit world 10 years ago, and she sends me messages through songs and butterflies. Oh, more. Let me try and push more. Darn, it won't let me push more. Something about I would. My phone's being a little funny right now. Oh, it won't let me do that. See more. See more. Come on. We can do it. Oh, there we go. No. I can't see them more. Absolutely. So there's lots of messages that come through. My advice is I would definitely cleanse them first, right? Because they've been through some kind of factory and who knows whose hands have touched the cards, etc. Absolutely. And you just got to remember, right? Everything carries energy on it, everything. And you hear those stories like someone goes and buys something at an antique shop, then they bring it home and then they're having issues in their home. So just be really careful about how you use items. So it's about the intention that you put into it, right? And the clearing and the cleansing, etc. Oh, how do you connect? Oh, darn, I don't know who that was. Oh, how you would connect. There's a lot of different ways that you can connect with your loved one in spirit. You could make an appointment with them and ask them to come in your dreams. You can sit in the silence. You can invite them in and ask them to send you a sign. So there's lots of different ways you can do that. I did a one-day workshop on being your own medium, which I'm planning on doing probably in January after the holidays. And I give lots of suggestions on how you can do that and examples of signs that will come through, etc. It's all about your intention, right? Sitting in the silence and then just waiting and see what happens. You're so welcome. But it would be good practice just to learn how to sit in the silence quietly, get rid of those monkey thoughts. Because if you do receive, a message, which you might hear spoken or you may see it in images, etc., if you can't kind of shut down that monkey mind and just be in that silence, there's no way that you're going to actually be able to observe it and receive it. You'll be blocked from that. So just practicing that would be quite good. And there's all kinds of different rituals you can do for a dream. Invite them to come. Please come next Wednesday in my dreams. You could put a photograph of them beside your bed. Make sure you have a cell phone with a recording app on it, or put a piece of paper and a pen down. And then when you wake up, and if you remember the dream, you can talk into your phone, which I do, because within 15 minutes or having breakfast, I've totally forgotten my dream, or you can write it down quickly. Sometimes people might put even an object of their loved ones. I have some of my dad's ties beside the bed. You might even want to try automatic writing, where you write them a letter. Write them a letter with some questions and then just sit in the silence and then see what you're inspired to write as a response. All kinds of wonderful things, all about the intention. Hello, Alexandra. Any other questions about in terms of loved ones guiding us? They cannot intervene. So for example, they can inspire you. They can, let me see, how would I say this? They can kind of maybe encourage certain people or resources kind of to be in your environment, but you always have free will, right? So maybe they've arranged for, I don't know, a certain individual to be at the ice cream store at a certain time, blah, blah, blah. And then you're like, oh, I can't have ice cream. I had dessert yesterday. I'm trying to lose weight. You don't go. So that doesn't happen. Let me think of some examples for things for, just trying to think of some things. Like a lot of times what I'll get in terms of guidance and inspiration, a lot of my guidance and inspiration actually comes from my guide. So I'll be looking for a certain workshop, and then I'll log on to my computer randomly in the middle of the day. I'm like, oh my God, that's exactly what I've been looking for. Or I'm looking for a book that talks about, I don't know, say pet communication. And then I'll go somewhere and a friend will say, I just read this great book on pet communication. Like, oh my God. So it's things like that kind of inspiration and guidance. I'll be asking my guide about, going and doing demonstrations and addresses at spiritual churches. And then I'll get a message from a spiritual church saying, we're looking for a guest speaker in November. Are you available? I'm like, oh my goodness, I just put that out there like less than 24 hours ago. So things like that will happen. They cannot definitely they can't intervene. We always have free will, right? So it's the whole idea of sitting in the silence, observing, surrendering, being aware. Because think of all the things that you could miss. Oh, I've got a story, and this is kind of a sad one, and I really learned my lesson with this one. I was driving my car. I was just at a workshop. I was tired, and I was just driving along, and A voice in my head said to me, don't go this way. No, what did they say? They said to me, don't get gas right now. You're too tired. Just go home. That was exactly what I heard. And it wasn't my voice. I heard it clear as a bell. I'm like, oh, well, I don't want to have to get gas in the morning. I have to work. I'm a teacher. I'm on duty in the morning, etc. So I thought, no, I'm going to the gas station. I'm going to get gas. So I got the gas coming out of the gas station. Guess what happened? Got in a car accident. And I was warned and I ignored it. So there's an example of just trusting your gut, trusting the messages you get. I'll never forget that. And I'm like, oh my goodness, why did I ignore that? And I heard that voice at least 2 or 3 times as I was driving home. They kept saying, go straight home, don't stop, go straight home. And I ignored it. Desi, I've been struggling a lot since my loss. How do I learn how to move on and try to shake off some of the depression? So days are okay and then other days are rough. I just want to mention first, Desi, I'm sorry for your loss. Grieving is unique for everyone and everyone does it in their own way. Myself personally, when I lost 4 family members, like within a 4-year period, I found for myself, I'm a head person. I'm in my mind a lot. So I had to be busy. I just had to be busy. But I wasn't busy out in the community. I was busy in my home, right? I would clean things. I would wash things. I would bake things, but I didn't want to socialize at all. And I didn't really do any reading about grieving or anything like that. I received signs. I was open to signs. I took it very slow. I didn't push myself. I knew when I could. Really, I got to know myself a lot better and how I deal with trauma. I reached out to siblings because I knew they understood exactly what I was feeling and I didn't have to go through a whole rigmarole and relive the whole thing. And sometimes I would just be on the phone with my sister and today would be my day and I would just rant and rave and talk and cry and she would support me and then the next day she'd call me and she'd rant and rave and cry and I would listen, I would support her. And I just took it slow day by day. I didn't really schedule too much. It's just like, today, this is what I'm going to do. So I really try to make it all about self-care. But I do suggest to you, if you're struggling and you don't have the support you need to reach out, you can ask your physician for support. I know there's lots of support groups on Facebook and the internet you can reach out to. So, yeah, that's kind of my advice, what I can say. In terms of depression, again, sometimes people do need the support of a physician, maybe somebody to talk to. Therapy is good for some people. Sometimes they don't go to therapy right away. Maybe it's a few years later. Perhaps it's medication. Eating healthy, sleep when you want to sleep, all those things. What can I say? It's a process, and you've got to find your way, what works for you. But please do reach out and get help. Do not do it alone. Find someone to support and help you. Yeah, and I know my mom's only been gone a year. My dad, 3 years, and I know I have lots to go through still. So I already know. So when when one of my children get married, I know I'll go through a whole nother thing. So I find it important events in life, then you kind of redo it again, and then you redo it again, and you redo it again. But my mindset is all about, trying to be positive, try and be a role model, And I do work for the spirit world, so I know that my loved ones in spirit are happy and healthy together on the other side, and that they do communicate with me. It's quite different. I miss them a great deal. I don't have their physical presence, but I do know that I have their love and their protection and their inspiration whenever I need it. So, yeah, so Desi, I'm going to suggest to find someone to support you for sure. It is very hard. It's very hard, and my heart goes out to you. Absolutely. I hope some of those words helped you. I say them all with, kindness and love. Yeah. So please do think about self-care. Self-care is number one. Yes, you'll be able to replay this live session. I'll post it on my YouTube channel called Being Your Own Medium. I lost my husband 5 months ago, suddenly at the age of 59. Any message? Okay, I'm going to do messages in a moment. I'm glad we have each other. Absolutely. And finding your tribe too, Desi, people that you can talk to, other people that are grieving may help you. Because they've got your back. They know where you're coming from. So absolutely, please reach out and get the support that you deserve. That's what your loved ones would want, right? Absolutely. And very likely they're going to direct you to the right people to get the support that you need also. Any other questions about mediumship? Before my computer just kaboomed here. What's happening with my computer? Okay, so it's quiet right now. All right, so my intention is to give evidence of the survival of consciousness and healing messages to demonstrate our relationships are eternal. Love is eternal. So exciting to think about that. So you don't have to waste all your energy thinking about, death and all those things. Your loved ones are around you and are aware of what you're doing. They wish to also connect with you to let you know that they are happy, healthy, and on the other side. Okay, so we're just going to relax for a moment before I begin the mediumship part of the evening. So if you could just close your eyes for a minute, relax in the chair, take a deep, heartfelt breath. Inhale to count of 5, hold, and then release. Count of 7. Inhale again, hold. Release your worries, concerns, anxieties, fears. Just let them all go. Just let them all go for a moment. Okay. My intention this evening is to connect to a loved one in spirit for you and to give healing messages for the highest good of all involved this evening. So take one more breath. Welcome your loved ones in spirit close to you. And then release. And please listen closely to the messages. If you don't receive a personal message this evening, please listen to the messages that people do receive, because there's always some healing in there for everyone. And even myself, I definitely feel the healing in the messages that I bring forward from the spirit world for you all. So remember that too. There's always that sense of healing when we're in this sacred space with mediumship. Tonight I'm going to do a little different. So tonight I'm going to do spirit guided. So I don't want you to give me any names at all. If you do, I'm just going to ignore the name. So I'm going to do spirit guided. So that means that I'm going to lift my, all of a sudden I can't talk. I'm going to lift my vibration, right? Go to the spirit world. I'm going to invite the first communicator in, and I'm going to have them share evidence, which I will give to you. And then if you can take 80 to 100%, type yes in the comment box. Don't try and make it fit, because if you try and make it fit, it's very likely it may be for somebody else. And then we're kind of taking up time, and I want to give as many messages as I can this evening. If you can't take it, that's okay. You can say no, or you can say maybe. So my goal this evening, and I'm just going to say this out loud because this is one of my intentions. I'm working with my guide, is I'd like to try and keep the readings this evening to about 10, 12 minutes. So I want to keep them quite short and succinct because these are mini readings. These aren't personal one-on-one readings, which you're welcome to book with me on my website. And yeah, okay, that's what I wanted to say. So I'm just going to say a little prayer quietly to myself and connect, and then we'll get started. Okay. All right. So just give me one moment here. Okay. Okay. So as I move, I just like to write things down. It helps me to focus here, what I'm getting. So as I move my mind to the spirit world, I have a gentleman in spirit, and he shared the name Frank with me. Frank. This is an older gentleman. I would describe him as being on the side of, I want to say, elderly. So he's older. I'm going to say 70 or higher, 70, 80s. He's older. In terms of description, okay, he's fairly tall. I want to say tall and slender. And he's showing himself in like a cardigan or a sweater. So I feel that this cardigan is significant. I feel that it may have been made, like it's something that was made. So made could be by someone in the family, possibly his wife, or like handmade where you'll go to like a specialty shop where they have handmade cardigans and scarves and things like that. Can anyone take this gentleman? I have the name Frank connected to him. He's an elderly gentleman. I have 70, 80s. He looks like he's a little, my papa and great-grandmother's name is Frank. Okay, Sammy. I'm going to go with you, Sammy. Okay, Sammy, I'm with you. Okay, thank you, Sammy. I feel this is your great-grandfather because he's given me a very, a feeling of being kind of like traditional. How is he? So the way he's described, it's interesting how he's singing it. Like, what's he saying? Like, I'm getting like, I don't know, it sounds like upper chalant. I don't know what he's trying to say here. So he's very traditional, kind of matter of fact. I feel rules were important to him. Can you take some of those things for his personality, Sammy, for your great-grandfather? Yes, okay, thank you. Okay, he's putting his hands in the cardigan. Let me just see why he's doing that. Can you take that your, I feel that you had met your great-grandfather. Is that correct? Sammy, did you meet your great-grandfather? Because I'm just trying to see, is he telling me a memory or is he referring to you? Because he's putting his hand in his pocket and he's like taking out like a sweet, like a treat. Can you take that, Sammy? Can you take it? Like he's putting his hand, I don't know. There's something about this cardigan or a jacket. Oh, yes, for sure. Okay. Because he's just saying that he would carry things in his pockets in his cardigan. I don't know. It's funny. It's like sweets. He's showing me double bubble gum. He's showing me, I'm actually seeing the wrapper. I'm seeing the wrapper, the bubble gum. And was he a smoker? Because I'm just hearing like smoking jacket. Was he a smoker? Out of his pocket all the time. Ha ha ha. Yes. Okay. And are we talking about, I just want to make sure, are we talking about your papa? I just wanted, sorry. This is your papa or your grandfather? I don't know. Somehow I got mixed up. What was, sorry, your great grandfather. I got myself all caught in knots here. Okay, let me just find out what else. So he's talking about the candy. He's talking about things being in it, like weird things would be in his pocket. It's like you would find anything. It's like you would need something and then all this. Yes, your grandfather. Good. That's what I thought. It's almost like you would need something and then whoop, there it is. He's got it. Need a piece of string. There it is. Need this. There it is. He was like, a man of all trades. That's what he said. I was a man of all trades. I was a man of all trades, he's saying. He was like tinkering with things. He would always be there to fix things, have the thing that was needed to fix something. He would have items. Very interesting. Okay. Okay, let me just see what his message is here. Okay, he's making a connection between you and your father. So just give me a minute. He wants to acknowledge something between you and your father. It's interesting because it's almost like he's getting very kind of like serious and he's like almost whispering to me and he's saying, you know, he's saying, Sammy, you were the apple of your father's eye. Like he's saying it like it was a secret. Like a secret. It's very interesting. He's saying like, you were the apple of your father's eye. He's like, you need to know this. I want you to know this. You need to know this. This is really important. Okay. And then he's talking about, yeah, and then I don't know, there's something there with your father still because he's like going further. Like there was some kind of like disagreement, not seeing eye to eye, some kind of separation. Because your great grandpa's saying like, don't let this like detour you. Don't let this affect you, he's saying. Like, let this go, let this go. So it's something that weighs on your mind. And he's saying, just let that go because he's just acknowledging that it's influencing it's like influencing your life in some way, almost like your sense of like, it's like worthiness. Do you understand that? He says a lot of people say actions speak louder than words, but he's saying in this case, it's the opposite. You understand that? So he's saying don't think so much about actions because the love was there. The love was there. It's very interesting how he's making it the opposite. So I won't get into like your personal life or anything like that, but that's the message and that's kind of the bit of wisdom that he's giving you, Sammy. And he's saying that it's going to serve you well. He said it's going to make your light brighter. So, and again, he's just saying, let this go. Let your light shine. And he's like, I love you. I love you. And he's using some kind of funny pet name or something for you. I don't know if you were ever called Squirt or it sounds like Squirt, like for a little one, you know, like a little. So he's just saying that, love you. And then he's saying a little funny name. Love you, little one. Love you, Squirt. Love you, darling. Okay. And I'll leave you with all this love, Sammy. Thank you. Thank you so much for working with me. Lovely gentleman. Lovely gentleman. Okay. Just ask him, say goodbye to him. Okay. As I move my mind to the spirit world, I have a woman spirit coming forward, and I have the name Helen connected to her. Helen. And a description of her. She has dark hair. She's showing me dark hair. Dark hair. She's like, what's about her hair? She's just highlighting her hair. She's showing me her hair. And I feel there was like a loss of hair near her passing, because she's showing her dark, thick, full hair. So she just keeps showing me her hair. And I have the name Helen. I don't feel she's elderly or not quite as old as Sammy's great grandpa, but I keep getting the number 69, around the age 69. And I do feel that this woman had, I feel she had some kind of like chemo, or she took some kind of medication that affected her hair. There's something that affected her hair, because she keeps talking about her hair. Okay, let me see what else. I don't know what it's interesting. She's talking like a heap of trouble, a heap of trouble, a heap of trouble. Why does she, a heap of trouble? I think she's referring to something right now on the earth plane, some kind of heap of trouble. Someone's trying to get out of some heap of trouble. And I feel that it's a male, like a younger male in a heap of trouble, trying to get out of a heap of trouble. So she's just acknowledging this challenge right now, heap of trouble. What is this trouble about? And it's something about, I don't know if it's about stolen property. Almost feels like it's stolen property. And I feel this, if this woman's name isn't Helen, someone connected to her, Helen, and I'm getting a feeling like it's an in-law, like possibly like a mother-in-law, or a sister-in-law. Like I'm getting in-law attached to the relationship of this loved one in spirit. She's going back again. Stolen property, goods, stolen goods. Like selling stolen goods, selling them like to, I don't know, selling them to people for profit. Stolen goods that this young man would resell to make money, make ends meet. Sorry, I'm talking backwards here. Okay, I'm just, I don't know. I'm seeing like water, warm water. Why am I seeing warm water? And it reminds me of, I'm going to tell you how I'm seeing this warm water. It reminds me like of a traditional, almost like an antique, what would it be of? Like maybe a horse watering trough or something. I'm just seeing warm water, and it almost looks like an antique, I don't know what it is. like a bathtub, like a trough, I don't know. She's showing me this. Antiques. She's talking about the healing power of water. And she's talking about, maybe my mother-in-law, her best friend was Helen, but I don't know about stolen. Okay, that's okay. Okay, Jackie, I'm going to work with you. Thank you. Her best friend was Helen. Okay. I might have got off track on some of these things because I know it was Helen, your mother-in-law. Okay. Okay, this is going to sound odd, but Jackie, I just want to, I just got to figure out this stolen property stuff. Have you purchased something recently in which you're thinking, this item's kind of riff-raff, or I don't understand, why do they only have one? They don't have more pieces of this? Like, was there something in terms of like antiques, or purchasing something recently, some kind of goods in which you question like if it's authenticity or where it came from, or because that just keeps being brought up, and I don't know what that's all about. I'll just let you think about that for a minute. Okay, I'm going to ask her to give me something else. This is too, okay. Okay, I'm just asking her to talk about Helen for a minute. Oh, there's a lot of things that you're going through, the authenticity. Okay. And are you I feel like you're making some kind of decision. Like, is this a good enough, like a good piece? Should we keep this? Should we get rid of it? Like antiques and figuring out the value or the worth of things. And is that one of the ways you're going to make the decision about keeping something? The value of things? Yes. Okay. Thank you. Sorry, she was your mother-in-law is awesome. She was trying to get that information to me, and I was just seeing it, like literally, I was seeing it. Okay, I understand. Okay. And are one of the plates or a set of plates, or there's something, I feel like it's, like she's showing me something. It looks like it's either cream or white background, and there's some design on it, and it looks like it's like red or like a red shade. She's just showing me this item. It almost could be like a decorative plate. Does that sound familiar to you? It's like cream or white, like the background. It's almost like, I don't know, it feels like it has scalloped edges, and then there's like some red on it. So I don't know if the red is a pattern or it's like a building, but there's some kind, okay, she's acknowledging that plate. She wants you to have that. It's like, take it, take it, take it. There's some kind of tradition around this plate. I feel like traditions, like for the holidays, gatherings. This particular plate or set of plates was very important to her. It is beautiful. Okay, so she wants you to have it. Isn't that funny? Oh my goodness. Okay. She said, it'll mean a great deal to me to know that you have it, that it's being passed down. She's saying it just like that. And she said, with all objects, just like what I said earlier, she's saying, like she said, there's energy and there's a love. There's a love in that. There's a love in that. You got on Thanksgiving. Good. Okay, thank you. Good. And she wants you to use, she's like, I hope you're going to be using this. Don't think it's something that has to be packed away. Don't do that. And she said, if it gets chipped or broken, that's what happens. They're plates. That's what happens. That's what's supposed to happen. I want them used. I want the love to go forward. So there's love on those plates. I want it to be continued to share with the family. So continue to share those plates. And she's saying, you know, I love you, honey. I love you and everything that you've gone through and how you stepped up to the plate and how you brushed away your tears and you just got to work. She's saying it just like that. I'm repeating her words exactly. It's funny, she's saying like, she's saying like a hurricane of fury. She's like, all this work to get done. It's like a hurricane of fury, getting all this stuff done. And she's just saying, just her message, I'll finish up with her message. She's saying, you know, she's talking about a candle and she's like, don't forget to set the candle or the candles in the center of the table. So she's talking like about like a centerpiece, and I feel this is for the holidays coming up, a centerpiece. And I'm almost seeing like what is it, like evergreens and like Christmas bulbs, like they look like they're red. She's like, have that beautiful centerpiece and celebrate, and I'll be there. I'll be there. And she's like, I can't wait. I'm so excited. I'm so excited to see my things in your home. It's like something she wants to see that. It's almost like a transfer of power, Jackie. It's interesting because it's like you're taking on the matriarch of the family by getting these plates. It's like a ritual, it means, like chills all over. It means so much to her to see you to step into this role and to do this. So she's like, don't take it lightly. Don't take it lightly. It means the world to me. I'm going to leave you with all her love. Oh, thank you so much, Jackie. Now that was awesome. That was awesome how I got to that. Oh, the intelligence of the spirit world. There we go. Very awesome. Thank you so much to your mother-in-law. Oh, a lot of respect for you, Jackie. A lot of respect. Wow. Yeah, lots of love. And she's just saying love to your husband. She's saying that. Love to my baby. Love to my baby. I can't forget him. Love to him. But a lot of respect to you. A lot of respect. All right, thank you. Okay, I'll just... Okay. Okay. I know I have, as I move my mind to the spirit world, I have a male in spirit, and I have a connection to the name Keith. So if someone can take the name Keith, connected to a male in spirit. Okay, let me get some more information. I feel this male is like younger. 40s, 50s, kind of that range. I'm definitely, I'm feeling like a brother energy. Shannon says me. Can you take the name Keith? I got Shannon said me. So I'm just going to verify. Shannon, can you take the name Keith? A male? Definitely. Okay. Can you take, I felt like there was a kind of like a brotherly energy around this male. Can you take that? I've got 40s, 50s. Okay, Keith, what else do you want to tell me? Yes, okay. Says he loved Halloween. Does that make sense? He's talking about Halloween. Loved Halloween. Loved Halloween. We're so close. Thank you. And that's why, I felt that really close. He was talking about how he loved Halloween. Can you take that? I have Halloween. He's talking about Halloween. Maybe he's talking about you at Halloween. Let me just find out. Halloween. Oh, it's Mom's birthday. Oh, okay, don't get me too much. Hey, I don't know, I'll just sit back and you can tell it all to me. He's talking about Halloween. And he's talking about a party. Ah, so that must be at his mom's birthday. Okay, let me just find out what else he wants to say. He's just saying he has regrets that he can't be there for her party. You understand? In the physical sense, he can't be there physically, but he's saying, I'm there spiritually. And he's saying, like, she's such a good woman. He's saying it just like that. She's such a good woman. And he's saying, you know, like, he wants to acknowledge what a good woman she is and how she always did the right thing. The right thing, the kind thing. Okay, what does he want to talk about? He's just going back again to this Halloween party. So Shannon, can you take that there was a Halloween party recently in which a bunch of friends or people that knew this individual were at? Can you take that? Maybe he's talking about the birthday party again, but I don't know why he keeps bringing up Halloween. I know Halloween was yesterday, and he keeps saying there was a whole bunch of individuals at some party that were at a party gathering just recently. It might be the birthday party again. Okay, I gotta get him to give me something else. So he's acknowledging that. And I feel that you were at this party. Is that correct? You would be aware of this party because I feel that you were there. Because he's acknowledging you. He's acknowledging others. Like he's saying, wow. Okay. Let me just see what else he wants to say. It's like he's become a little quiet now, so just give me a minute to just reconnect. Yeah, it's funny because he's talking about a birthday party you were at, and a whole bunch of people that were associated with him were there. And then he brought up a sand pail. Isn't that funny? So it almost feels like some connection to the beach. And it was funny because when he showed me the sand pail, it was like a sand pail, but it had candy in it, like Halloween candy, not sand in it. It was like a pail because I had like a little handle. It looked like a pail with candy in. Okay, so I'm just going to mention that. Okay, let me just see what else he wants to talk about. He's saying that he doesn't usually come through very often because he's got a lot of learning to do. That's what he's saying to me. And I know there's some connection between him, I feel, and it feels like alcohol or something that he had too much of. He's never taken alcohol. There's something that he's been fined 10 years. There's something that he wants to talk about because he's talking about something that he changed, something that he used to do that he stopped. He's talking about that. Boy, sure felt like it was. Oh, I understand, sir. I thought you were talking about that. Yeah, he's been fine. Okay, yeah. So he's like, not. So it's like, because he's saying that's why I'm so quiet. He goes, I'm trying to figure it out. Can you take any of the alcohol part? Because I feel there was something that he's acknowledging, something that was like was not in like healthy yes. Okay, thank you very much. Because he's acknowledging that. Okay, thank you. You're just saying, you know, things could get a little crazy. Things could get a little crazy. Because he's just, you know, like over the top, you understand? Like, you know, kind of like moods over the top, like instead of laughing and being silly, yes, but it was over the top, like over the top, over the top. So he's just saying, you know, he's like, I'm bloody well aware of that now. That's how he says it to me. Okay. I don't know why he's talking about a sphinx. Egypt, sphinx, a cat. There might be some kind of connection to sphinx and a cat. He's bringing that up to me, sphinx and a cat. And he's also, yeah, we got a lot. And he's talking about Cleopatra. Isn't that funny? Would he refer to you as Cleopatra? I don't know. I have some reference to Cleopatra, a sphinx, a cat, and Cleopatra. So I just wanted to put it out there. I don't know if that's some kind of connection to Halloween, but I'm getting like Cleopatra. So he's just saying that he was enamored, or the cats, yes, okay. I feel like Cleopatra, like he was enamored with your beauty. It's almost like your beauty and your power. He's saying it like that. Like you had this special quality about you that, and he's saying like, I knew you would be more. I knew you would be more. You know, that you have that quality in you to be more than what others were, like something like the next level in the family. He's just talking about that, you know, the next level up, like, okay. All right. Let me just see what the message is. It says, when you have the opportunity, could you let Mom know that I dropped in? He was going to say came by, that I dropped in. Tell her I love her. And let her know that she was right. He's saying it like that she was right. She made the right choices, so she was right. He wants to say that she was right. I'm happy. I'm fine everything's good on the other side. She needs to know that. It's kind of like he's saying like my demons are gone. So he's like referring to like he had some demons or things he couldn't deal with on this side. He's saying he's saying they're all dealt with now. Smooth sailing from here. Smooth sailing from here. He's just saying, you know, I pop in a lot, he says. He's saying he pops in and he checks in on Mom. I check in. There must have been a birthday cake because he's saying I saw her blow out the candles. So he's talking about a birthday cake. I was there. And he's just saying, you know, he just wants Mom to kind of like sit in silence. And he's like, just feel the love I'm sending you. Feel the love I'm sending you. Heartfelt love, he's saying, heartfelt love. I love you, I love you. And I'll leave you with all his love. Any signs? Oh, he was just, I know it's feeling, because he's saying like, feel my love, feel my love. Let me just see. I want you to look for coins. Look for coins, like finding random coins. Like found a quarter here, so look for coins. It's going to be coins. And I feel it's going to be like silver coins, like dimes and quarters, not pennies, like they're silver. I'm seeing silver coins, silver coins. So look for them like kind of like in random places. And he's kind of laughing. He's like, I'm bringing you wealth. I'm bringing you, it's like, I'm bringing you wealth and good cheer. Oh, okay. And I'll leave you with all his love. Thank you so much, Shannon. Oh, thank you. Thank you. That's awesome. Okay. And then it's like, as he's like, going to do this more often as he's leaving. So yeah, just look for the sign, Shannon. He's going to be doing it more often. Okay, connecting. Okay. But look for the coins. Okay. Okay. Okay, as I move my mind to the spirit world, I have another, I'm getting all the males now. I have another male. And I have the name Philip. Philip connected to this male. I feel this male's in, I might be off, but in his 20s, and I'm getting the number 24. In terms of personality, I'm getting a rather, like shy or coy, like, wait till he's comfortable to kind of come out of his shell and kind of communicate. I just, the personality is like kind of waiting and watching, and when it's the right opportunity, comes forward and speaks. So it has a little bit of that shyness, especially around his like friend group in school, high school for sure, that kind of shyness. And he's bringing my attention to like, is that interesting? It looks like a campfire. I feel like it's like a group of people talking around a campfire, right? And and the flames are high, and I can see the flames reflecting on the faces of everyone sitting there. All but the name. Okay. Let me just keep it. So the campfire. And I feel that this young man, he was good at telling stories. It was almost like, it's going to sound funny. It's almost like if he would get a beer or two into him, he would have good stories to tell. And like people would lean forward and listen. Like, so he had things to share, but he had to have that kind of comfortable feeling of energy kind of to like be able to express it. I keep getting this expressing self. Okay. This is going to sound really odd, Sammy, but I'm going to say it because I regret it when I don't say it. Can you take something connected to a Phillips screwdriver? He wants me to say this, so I'm just going to put it out there. A Phillips screwdriver. So I don't know if there's some story or a joke about a Phillips screwdriver. I almost feel like, like having to like put something together or take something apart, and no one could find a Phillips screwdriver. So, you're using, how you would use other things, that you would use like a knife, you would use a fork. I don't know. There's some story about a Phillips screwdriver. So I'm just going to leave that out there right now. I'm just asking right now, sorry. You can, a Phillips screwdriver. Oh my goodness, of all things. Okay, there you go. So that's where the name came in. Can you take, I'm asking about his passing. Okay, let me just ask again. And I can't get it quite clearly. It's almost like I feel like I'm getting a car. Like it's almost like a car and like a, what is this? You got to give me more. Is it a car? Is it a freak accident? Car. Okay, you got to give me more. Can you take, Sammy, that around this gentleman's passing, a lot of people said, oh wow, that was a freak accident, but it may not necessarily have been a freak accident. Like there's something, because he keeps giving me freak accident and not. It was a freak. Okay, thank you. Because I'm like, what is it? What is it? You got to tell me. You got to tell me. Okay. And he used those words, freak accident. Okay. It's interesting. And I'm just asking about that. And he's like, if you got to go, you might as well go in style. He's saying it like that. If you got to go, you might as well go in style. It's like going out in a, what is that saying? Going out in a blaze and a fury? I don't know, some blaze fury. I'm not putting those words together right, but going out in a blaze. Do you know? You understand? He's saying it was fast. He said he didn't suffer. He said everyone suffered. I left behind. Sorry about that, guys. He's saying like, sorry about that. He's also saying that he's referring to his mother, and he's saying like, if his mother didn't have a breakdown, she almost did. Like he's really emphasizing his mother's response was like people were very concerned and very worried about her and her response to this whole thing. Because he's just acknowledging her. He's saying like, I was concerned on the other side. Yeah. Because he's like, I can just feel that weight. And he's saying like, that was such a weight on me, such a weight. So he's just acknowledging that. Okay, let me just see what his message is. He said, I didn't want to be in the friend zone. So I don't know why he's saying that. So he cared for you very deeply. And he's saying, oh, I was in the friend zone. He's saying that. Like, you wish it had been more. He's like, I was in the friend zone. So he's just sharing how much that he cared for you. And it was almost like past the friend zone, that love. If you can take that, Sammy. Okay. He's also saying, you know, you've had your share of hard knocks. He's saying, but you know what? But he says, I'm going to make sure that it's smooth riding from here. He's saying it just like that. I'm going to make sure that it's smooth riding from here for you. It's like, no more hard knocks for you, dear. You've had more than enough of your share. Then he swears. So he must have sworn. I'm not going to swear. They're not going to let me put this on YouTube, but he's swearing now. Blah, blah, blah. And he goes, you keep kicking their ass, girl. You keep doing it. And it's like he's saying, like, you get up. It's like you're climbing a ladder. He's saying, you know, kick their ass. The next rung, kick their ass. And so he's like, you're going to do it. You're going to do it. You're like digging yourself out of the hole. You're climbing that ladder. You're going to do it. And he says, don't you question yourself. Don't you? And if you do, ask me. And I'm going to tell you how awesome you are. So he says, so you kick ass and you do you. And your life is going to be, sorry, I'm feeling it and I'm trying to find the word. It's going to be miraculous. It's going to be how you never imagined. And he goes, then you can thank me. Wink, wink. He's like, then you can thank me. And I couldn't leave you with all of his love. Oh, what an awesome character. Oh, so lovely. Isn't that funny, Philip's screwdriver? Okay. Lots of love for you. Lots of love for you for sure. Well, thank you everyone for joining me. And it was awesome because I'm going to tell you my intention this evening, just to show you how mediums are always growing and evolving. So my intention this evening was to get names. So I hope we can count Philip Screwdriver as a name. So I got names for each of my readings today. So thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, my awesome guide. The messages were just wonderful, just awesome this evening. So in closing, I want to thank everyone for joining me. And just a reminder, this Sunday, I'm going to be a guest speaker and demonstrating medium at the Church of Universal Love on November the 5th. Yahoo! I can't wait. And I'm going to talk about the presence of divine source. So excited. And I'm going to be at the London Spiritual Church on November the 12th. Don't know yet. I haven't connected with Spirit World to find out what I'll be speaking about then. Also, I'll be doing the Friends of Spirit event on Sunday, November the 26th from 2 to 4 with my awesome mediumship friends, Nick and Kathy. It's a limited audience and each participant's going to get 3 readings. One from me, one from Kathy, one from Nikki. So what else could be more awesome than that? So that's going to be great. Also, I'm offering mediumship courses. My beginners class starts tomorrow. Can't wait. Miss you all. We're going to have a great night. My advanced mediumship course starts the following Friday. Go to my website for more details. I'm always available to give soul readings, mediumship readings. I love mentoring, so please reach out if you'd like to work with me. So remember to keep your heart brave and your imagination wild, because look at this evening. Anything is possible. So lots of love, everybody. Thank you for joining me this evening, and I'll see you next week. Bye, everybody. Take care.